Hello friends and welcome back to my garden. Here in East Europe we are dealing with an unprecedented heat wave, and it's not just us, the whole of Europe is complaining about the high temperatures that we are dealing with this time of the year. I've seen footage of West France and Germany with 40 plus Celsius degrees, which is insane. Today we had 35 Celsius degrees, which felt like unbreathable because there was no wind inside, and we usually deal with a lot of wind, but today, unbelievably, it was no wind. So these high temperatures were just so hard to bear. And because the forecast is showing a few more days with such high temperatures, I said to myself, I really have to come out here and put some plants in the ground. I managed to pull some weeds, prepare a little bit one of my flower beds where I find myself more and more in the afternoon, and I said I really have to do something with it. I'm talking about this area here that I want to make like a woodland scene under the gold Deodara cider I have there. And let me turn you around to show you a little bit what I already have there and what I want to improve, change and move around. This is one of those areas that is just perfect for staying in the afternoon, because we have very nice afternoon shade after maybe 6 o'clock in the summer, and I find myself staying more and more often here in this area of the garden. So I absolutely love to make a woodland scenario here, because I already have the Deodara cider, which is just amazing. And here is Shast Daisy, banana cream it's called. This daisy is such a cute daisy. It has big flowers with cream, almost like butter, yellow. Then over there in the back is a lavender I transplanted, a lot of weeds of course. I've grown a few foxgloves last year from a not so reputable seed source. They bloomed, but also they did not have too much water in this area. As you can see, the soil is quite desecrated. They did try to do their best. They are so tiny compared to my other foxglove. And here I have some catmint, napita, that goes in a drift like so and goes up the napita, and there I put a few salvias. Here is hardy geranium that's blooming pinkish mauve color. Here I have a rose, some thyme. Overall, this is an area that would catch anything that I did not have time to plant properly. And over there in the back I planted an Eclipse Hydrangea. There's some grass I got at the clearance, a petite rose, and this I planted the tricolor beech tree last autumn. It put a lot of growth this spring, but this is a tree that scorches so easily, and because I did not cover the soil over here, well, it drains really fast. I did water it today, and as you can see, all the leaves died, but I'm hopeful because we have a bunch of new growth, which is a good sign, because it's telling us it's not dead. It's just suffered suffered quite a lot over there. There's another bud, so that makes me happy. For sure I should come and give it a good fertilizer, and I should cover the soil so the water does not evaporate so fast. Now, because this is a woodland area, and because in the future I would absolutely love to cut back this wall I have here, so we can peek inside this flower bed from the other side of the yard, then I prepared some cute plants. I prepared, meaning if you're not already used to me hoarding plants, then this is a reminder that I'm a hoarder of plants. So I've prepared Oakleaf Hydrangea, Hydrangea quercifolia, that I would absolutely love to put here in the back, because this one grows quite tall. Let's see, grows quite tall, but it offers you such beautiful autumn colors, and I think it would be great as a point of finish for this wall, because if we want to get rid of this wall, then this hydrangea would cover nicely that straight line. Something that has to happen to get this flower bed in a more staggered effect, where the tall plants are in the back and the shorter ones are to the front. What I have to do to achieve that is to move a few of these plants, because these are very short growing plants. I'm thinking I should leave the grass over there, because as I was telling you, we'll get rid of this wall hopefully soon. So maybe it's not such a bad idea to keep a strip near the wall where we can walk around the wall to take it off, demolish it. So if we keep a strip of soil where we can walk around, we won't damage the plants. So for now, I'll focus on putting in some of these plants here. The problem is it's a little bit late in the afternoon, as in it's around 8 o'clock, so the sun is about to set. I don't want to put too much pressure on my shoulders, because I know if I get to do something today, then I'm going to be super happy about it, and I can do something more tomorrow. So this is going to be a video spanning over multiple days, hopefully not that many, but for sure it has to take a little bit longer to put everything in, because during the day it's unbearable to be here in the garden. So before too long, let's get at least this beautiful Oakleaf Hydrangea in the soil. Hydrangea quercifolia is a multi-stemmed shrub that's usually low maintenance, and it grows to about 1.5 to 2.5 meters tall, which is about 6 to 8 feet tall. Prefers a moist but well draining soil, like all plants usually, and it has these creamy blooms that turn a little bit pink to red as they age, which I feel pick up the perfect color of the banana cream Shasta daisy I have there in the background. It's a plant that thrives in zones 5 to 9 for the USDA zoning map. And what else? It has such beautiful autumn colors that turns from red to orange to yellow, and I really wanted this plant in my yard for a long time, but for whatever reason I did not manage to find it sooner. And as soon as I found this one, even though it looks a little bit sad, I had to grab it. Now, whenever I plant a shrub, especially in a heat, I usually put a lot of water in the hole I'm gonna put it in, because this way it moistens the soil around the plant, and the soil does not drain the water from the roots of the plant. I let it stay there for a little bit so I can see how fast it's draining. It's not draining so fast as I was expecting, even though we are on a slope. In the meantime, I can add the plant here. That's something we already knew. Let's see which branch. I think like so. This shrub blooms on old wood, so you have to be careful with pruning it, because unlike a Panicle Hydrangea that blooms on new growth, you can forfeit the blooms if you prune it at not the right time. Alright, so what I've done, I've just put the soil back from where I've taken it, and this shrub is planted. The next plant I've grabbed for this area is a variegated rhododendron. I'm going to cut off all these buds that died on me. I grabbed it at the clearance, so that's why it's looking so bad. I'll give it a good clean. Rhododendrons also bloom on old growth, at least the ones that I've dealt with. All bloomed on last year's growth. I picked this one because it has such beautiful variegation towards yellow, and the blooms on the tag that I lost, of course, looked purple, and I think it's going to look just right with the pita that I have here. So because I'm cutting off all these, I don't expect blooms next year, but who knows, maybe if I fertilize it thoroughly and with great care, watering consistently, I might get some blooms next year. With rhododendrons, it's really important to water them when they are forming the buds for next year. So around August, if you keep them well watered, you will have a great display and great success. So we have the Oakleaf Hydrangea over here, and over there there's the drift of Nepeta. So I was thinking, because this Oakleaf Hydrangea grows to about 1.5 to 2 meters, that should be almost to here and maybe almost to here, then I think the rhododendron can go very nicely here someplace, maybe even closer to the Oakleaf Hydrangea, because I want it to grow so I can take a peekaboo across the wall at the beautiful rhododendron. Alright, and the same process again. We dig a hole, fill it with water, put the rhododendron in, and then take care of it so it's well watered. I will not come very close to the edge of the wall, because I don't want these two plants to be on a straight line. So I'll put it someplace like so. Maybe here in the back we can put a tall grass like a Carl Foister, or something that's a little bit more moving, because this is a stiff plant and that's a stiff plant. These are structural plants, so we want something that's wispy and moving to give a little bit of movement. And oh, so sandy this soil here. I'm not amending the soil because I will add some wood bark, and in time, over time, those will decompose and get naturally into the soil. Let's see if it's a deep enough hole. Yes, and I'll bring some water. I could also bring here in the back maybe Verbena bonariensis to add some whimsical to this area, some movement. Alright, I added the water. I'll let the water sink in the hole a little bit. While the water is going in the hall, I just grabbed some more plants. I've brought these foxglove that I've grown from seed. Let me show you a close-up. So this is an F1 hybrid. Look at that peach color. I've grown these from seed. They are really easy to grow from seed. I started them in January, but I kind of mixed the labels and I don't want to keep them in these plastic trays because they are suffering. I'm watering them daily. I think they are a bit waterlogged and they could use a home, a forever home. So I brought these here because I felt they would go perfectly with the Oakleaf Hydrangea, with the banana cream Shasta daisy, and in my garden all my rhododendrons, well, not all of them, I do have some that flower a little bit earlier in the year, but this similar variety of rhododendron blooms about at the same time as the foxglove. So I think these would be a very nice companion to each other if we manage to get the foxglove to come back next year for us. I brought some more of the foxglove, so I keep them here close to me. And I also brought another iris, a Siberian iris. It's Colonel Mustard variety, and it has purple and yellow. So I think these irises, when they bloom, because these also bloom at about the same time as maybe a little bit earlier as the rhododendron foxglove, I think they can tie in the whole scenic view together. I don't know how many of you gardeners are out there have such a scattered thinking process as I have. I was thinking, because we talked about whimsical, what if I were to bring one of these Verbena bonariensis that I got here as a backdrop to the Oakleaf Hydrangea. Let me take a look at it from farther away. I think it's going to look amazing. So let's dig a hole and put this one here. I can put this one as close to the wall as I want because Verbena does not come back for me. I tried last year with 3 plants that I got pretty much at the same size as this one, and yeah, unfortunately they did not return, so it did not spread, so I can put it as close to the wall as I like. All right, let me bring a little bit of water again. And in the meantime, this other hole drained quite nicely. If you cannot tell, we have a slope here. It's terrace. Let's see how we can put this one like so. All right. The sun is going over the hill over there in the back, and I'm trying to hurry as much as possible with the planting. The sun is setting really fast, so I have to do a bit of spreading of these foxgloves. I'm thinking we put the Siberian iris. You can see the Napita is making a curve here, and then it's going the other way. So I think this one could be the point that's making the Napita curve, because it's taller and it has this grass like foliage. Now let's see with the Foxgloves. What if we were to put some here towards the back? Maybe a drift of 3 that I know are peach. I could put here in the back. And then the more yellow one I can bring here near the rhododendron. 1, 2, 3. And I still have 4. Let's see these 4. I could add some more here in the back, like so. 3 over there, and the tiniest 3 ones maybe here, where I can take a peek from the other side of the wall, something like that. I think things will start to feel very fast over here. I'll come back in the morning and do some more work. So far I've watered everything, and I'm really happy with the decision to put the verbena over there. I'll come back in the morning to put some more plants in and mulch. It's the next morning, and I'm out here not as early as I wanted, but at least I'm out to finish the job. And before I start, I want to show you a little update on how the Calibrachoa plants we split together are doing. If you watched recently the video, I took a pot, and inside the pot there were 3 different colored Calibrachoas, and I just pulled them apart, planted them in the ground, and I'll show them how nicely they filled in the landscape. Look at these cute Calibrachoas. Can you imagine they only had a few leaves on each plug, and they filled so nicely the space. And I did plant some under the canopy of the lupin and the hydrangea. You have like a small peekaboo when you look from farther away. I'm so happy with how they are looking. And I definitely could have fertilized them a little bit more consistently than I've done, but even with a little care I gave them, they are looking amazing. They are amazing, right? And when you think about how little I invested in such a good impact outcome, is so encouraging, and makes you want to do more. Today I want to put in the ground a weeping Atlantic cedar that I've got for a while now, but because I was pregnant I was not able to put it in the ground. And as the forecast is showing such high temperatures, I really want to give a little bit of extra comfort to this plant, because obviously it's cooking in its little container, and I don't want to stress it out needlessly. And also I've prepared Panicle Hydrangea. The variety is called Phantom. I want to put that also in the ground, because I have a little spot where I'm missing a backdrop and a little bit of privacy, and I'll show you what I mean by that. This is the Atlantic cedar. It's a weeping variety, and oh man, it put on so much new growth. given on how badly I mistreated it for the past half year, is doing great. And I really don't want it to stay any longer in this container because it's black, it's attracting all the heat. It does have a little bit of soil over there, but if possible I would definitely get it in the ground ASAP. I see that they bolted some needles in here, or staples, so I'm gonna have to go grab some better tools to be able to take it out from the container. And then Phantom Panicle Hydrangea I want to put as a backdrop to this beautiful golden cedar. I have something with the cedars. I love them. One second, let me place it and show you a different vista for why I need this. When I come out of my front door, this is what I see. We have the golden cedar, then over there is the Panicle Hydrangea, and as a backdrop the Atlantic cedar. And hopefully the hydrangea will grow, fill up that space, and I won't see the play set over there in the background. And don't get me wrong, I really like to see kids playing. I do have myself 4 kids, but if we can hide some things and make them a little bit prettier, then that's even better. It took me 5 minutes to dig the hole. Now I think it's gonna take me a whole life to get these staples out. And I don't want to ruin the container because even if you wanted to buy one, it would cost quite a good sum. So I'm trying to clip them. In the meantime, let's put water in. Everything is going better than I was expecting. I'm so happy. Yay. I was dreading planting this cedar, but it went super smoothly. It took me 5 minutes to dig the hole and 5 minutes to search for the tools to clip the staples. Now let's put this in the ground. Now that I see it from further away, I see it's a little bit crooked, which I don't mind, because what I would like it to do is to weep over this wall. It's a retaining wall, and I think if this would whip over, it would soften the height difference we have with our neighbor. I'm so happy. I did not believe it's going to take me less than half an hour to get it in the ground. So this is a reminder for those of you that are anxious like I am. Just dig the first shovel in any activity you're doing and everything gets easier. This was a workout. I'm all sweaty, dripping in sweat, but I'm really happy that I got to do it. I still have enough energy to put this Phantom Hydrangea in, because hey, 37 degrees is no joke for plants either. So let's put that in the ground, and maybe later tonight I'll come and mulch and get rid of all these weeds that I have in the flower bed. So I wanted to put this hydrangea as a backdrop, as I was telling you. I'd like here to make a larger, wider flower bed, and this would be in the dead middle of the flower bed, I think. So it's going to offer that height to the middle of the flower bed, and as it grows, it should give us more privacy and fill up some holes I have here. It's about 3 days later since we planted this whole area. I did not get the chance in the evening to put any of the mulch on top of the soil, because we had a very well deserved rain, and we have another rain coming our way, if you see those heavy clouds. So I want to take advantage of this short period of calm to add the mulch, and I'll show you how everything is looking after about 3 or 4 days, I think it's been, since we planted all those beautiful flowers. Oh my goodness, what a change this wood chip bark is doing. It's unbelievable how tidy everything is looking after you add the wood chips. And they also improve your soil, keep the soil moist. It's just the perfect add-on to any flower bed. If the weather is still holding a little bit longer for the rain, I'd like to take care of these weeds, because they are bugging me. I see them every day from my home, and I really would love to take care of those. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy with how things are looking. Let me spin you around and take you on a tour. And maybe you can also give me some more ideas on what to add to this flower bed. Because I definitely feel like it's a little bit sparse. I don't have the flower bed edged just yet, but I feel like the drift is starting to look more like a drift. And I'm thinking I should get some more of the verbena. Maybe we could take some cuttings and propagate it, but for a more filler feeling, I think I could add 1 or 2 more over here. Then unfortunately some of the Foxgloves I overwatered because of the heat, and they are looking a bit sad. Hopefully they'll pull through, and if they don't bloom this year for us, at least they'll bloom next year. Some are looking worse than others. I'm afraid I might have rotten the roots. But as we grow towards the edge, as I got rid of the weeds, you're starting to see the anemones I have there. I have a Caryopsis, some Rudbeckia, and the beautiful Panicle Hydrangea over here at the top. This lavender you're finally starting to see has a little bit of dead wood at the base, because I transplanted this particular plant from another flower bed, but I think it bloomed beautifully. I did not expect it to look this good, but I'm happy with it. Another Rudbeckia, the beautiful daisies, and I definitely have to bring at least 3 more bags of mulch over here to the edge, and hopefully in this sloping area. So overall, I'm really happy with what I've achieved so far. There could be definitely some more adding of plants. I would absolutely love to repeat that lavender, but I feel like this area, as it's a little bit more shady, maybe we could repeat the lavender on this other side. If you remember, we worked on this flower bed last year. I should bring some more mulch to tidy it up a bit more and get rid of the weeds. The dream for this area is to add, hopefully at some point in the future, who knows when, a nice pondless waterfall that would start behind the evergreen trail over here and finish at the base of the stairs. That'd be absolutely stunning. I think would be something else. But for now, let's focus on what's more important: feeding the soil, adding plants, adding evergreen, getting rid of all these weeds. So guys, thank you for watching. What else would you add to a woodland scenic type of landscape? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.